Which brings me to Rhode Island, Ocean State, and the one state in the Northeast that managed to effectively contain the first wave of the virus. And that's done a very good job of keeping infections down since then, especially given its close population that, well, let's just say it's probably #1 in the country. Now, Rhode Island has a plan to safely reopen schools next Monday. So let's check in with Gina Raimondo. She's the former venture capitalist turned governor of Rhode Island, also in the Crimson, like me at Harvard, to figure out how our country can start going back to normal responsibly. Governor Raimondo, welcome back to Mad Money.
Happy to be here.
Oh, terrific. All right. Well, look, I'm so thrilled to have you because the last time we had you on, you were far ahead of the game in suppressing. You had the best numbers. You insisted everybody wear masks. Now you're taking another step forward. Yes, a crisis is a terrible thing to waste. You're the only one thinking like that. Tell me about this amazing back-to-work program and what it means for people who may not have the credentials but have the skills.
Yeah. What it means is a job. So it's more than just the traditional train and pray, train people and pray they get a job. This is a serious solution to a serious problem, Jim. You know as well as I do that we have millions of Americans out of work, tens of thousands here in Rhode Island, and many of them are folks that were already left behind. Maybe they only had a high school degree. Maybe they didn't have technology skills. Maybe they struggled, took some time out of the workforce to take care of a child. These are the folks hit hardest in COVID. So what we're doing is we're using some of our COVID relief monies to partner with companies who are helping us design the training programs. And here's the key piece of it. They are promising and pledging to hire the folks that come out of these training initiatives. So the big difference is there is a promise of a job at the end of the training.
All right, so, Governor, when I see companies like Twitter, which was on earlier, Salesforce, Amgen, Raytheon, I think advanced degrees. I think why even bother? I think that these are companies that if I don't have a master's, forget about it. How can you convince them that your people are worth hiring?
So that's the kind of the secret sauce of this. And I have spent a lot of time with the CEOs of these companies. They are hiring thousands of people for jobs that don't require a college degree. Digital backbone jobs, customer service jobs, some HR jobs, sales jobs. You need training. You need technical ability. You need digital skills. You absolutely need additional training, credentials, as you said, but you don't necessarily need a college degree. And you also need to know some critical thinking, how to show up at work on time, some essential skills, soft skills. That's all the stuff that we are training them for. By the way, we went to the companies and said, where do you have open positions? What do folks need to know? How do we have to train them? They developed the training initiatives with us. It's a very collaborative public-private partnership, and we're providing support services. You know, people can't stop their life to go get trained to get a new job. If you need a hand with childcare, you need a hand with financial coaching, you need a hand with resume building. So we're providing that support in addition to the training, and I'm committed to getting thousands of people back to work. Because frankly, these companies have open positions. You know, you talk to any CEO in America, they are struggling to find the talent. So it really is a win-win.
Okay, so, Governor, this is obviously a nonpartisan move, just like what you did in terms of keeping COVID down in your state. Do you go to Washington? Do you go to Vice President Biden? Do you go to Secretary Mnuchin and say, look, this is our chance. We can do this. We can take 8% unemployment down to 4%. And give them your plan, because your plan does not say, and we need a Democratic contingent to run this thing.
Yeah, I absolutely do. And I've reached across the aisle in my own state. I've talked to many Republican governors. This isn't politics. This is the brutal reality that there are millions of Americans struggling. They want to work. They have the talent to work. Maybe they dropped out of college because it was too expensive. And if we don't get them retrained, they will have decades of unemployment, and it will stunt the growth of our economy because businesses can't grow unless they can hire the talent that they need when they need it. So to me, this is just a smart thing to do to get folks back to work.
Federal response versus state response so far?
I'm sorry, Jim?
What do you think of the federal response versus the state response so far in our country?
Is there a federal response? You tell me. I don't see much of a federal response, which is why governors like me have to do what we need to do, which is get the job done. I reached out to business and labor and said, come on, we're not waiting for the federal government to get their act together. Let's get to work right here in Rhode Island and put thousands of people back to work.
Okay, so Governor Raimondo, I got a quiz for you. 30 cases. What is 30 cases right now? Come on, back to school. Back to school, 30 cases. The number of cases you have in all of your colleges in Rhode Island is only 30. It's the lowest I've found. Brown has 1, URI, huge school, 17. Is this because of what you have created, which is an atmosphere where we basically say, if you're going to Rhode Island, you're going to get tested, you got to wear a mask, or get out?
Yeah. Well, I definitely can't take all the credit. The university partners here, the college presidents, have been fantastic partners. But we're on the phone with them all the time. You know, I personally will get all the college presidents on the phone and say, if you want to reopen, here's what it has to look like. And we're working hand in glove with them to have testing programs, contact tracing, mask wearing. By the way, crack down on the partiers. We've been very clear with them. If kids want to party on campus, they'll be suspended or face punishment. So anyway, the credit goes to the college presidents and the fact that they've collaborated so well with us.
All right, well, I'm going to just call you too humble. But I like that idea to give credit because it doesn't cost anything. That's Rhode Island's Governor Gina Raimondo. Raimondo is so far ahead of everybody else. This kind of makes you kind of shake. Stick with Kramer.